Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We are continuing with the Post-Heavensward storyline. So, yeah, let's jump into it. I think I have to turn off the music a little bit. Alright, if you'll be so kind then. Absolutely, you'll be pleased to hear that Ryle and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Philomene helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lominsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Ryle, she crept aboard a ship bound for Ratzat where she's been hiding ever since. Huh. Here shows me that it won't be long before we are reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Ryle thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldessian, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet the scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir AYMERIC has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Laura, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards, agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Well, well. Alright, well, let's go meet AYMERIC. Alright. We're here with AYMERIC. It's been a while. Oh my god, do we get voice acting again?
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Thank god.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
Well, we stand someone that wants to bring a change, you know?
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Aymeric. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Anyx Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Anyx Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
So they're just like, oh, the dragon is ready to, you know, mess us up. But let's go back to politics, you know? It's like, ah. But, okay, let's see what's going on. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this Anyx Trine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Laura, and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Oh, Laura and I must. Okay. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Laura. Alright, let's go see Tataru. And we're here at the Forgotten Night. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to Anyx Trine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be. Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Laura. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. I mean, true though, that is kind of important that we do this as fast as possible. So, yeah, let's go grab Lucia. You're ready then? Good, so am I. Ooh, we can get some hot chocolate. To be honest, I don't really care that much. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we shall cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian Forelands. There we can stop to rest and replenish. Our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Let's go to the stables. I meant let's go to Tailfeather. I don't have to go to the stables, I can just teleport. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army, and here I am, ready to cheat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Isael to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath, and while that does not absolve her for her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphino, yet who can say that might come to pass? Should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course, you must press on to Anyx Trine if you will follow me. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're here with Vidofnir in Anyx Trine. Thou art welcome here, friend of Isael. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard and our trusted friend. Hello. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir AYMERIC, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, Knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Forden and his knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Rotatosk, shattering the peace between our people. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the warrior of light Yesur Dragoon and Isael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Isael once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concern of my sire, he must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nav grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Fear not, knight, thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks, I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. So soon, this lifetime. Ah! Oh, man. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. Ah, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their life to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Elfno. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Well, well. And those quests are pretty fast, not gonna lie. So it would seem we have time to greet the scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire. Let's go there! Alright, we're in Idleshire with Y'shtola. Ah, Lura, it's good to see you. I confess, I had assumed your business in Anyx Trine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as can be expected, she must discuss Sir AYMERIC's proposal with Raiswelger, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that she would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Alright, let's go to that bridge. Oh, it's actually right here. Now we wait. Ugh. I just started with crocheting. And I hated it in school when I had to learn it, but now I'm actually liking it. It's actually kind of fun. Does anyone else have like some crafty hobbies that they want to share? Please let me know.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Charlian motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryl.
Well, is there going to be a few awkward moments here?
What? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
She's evil. Makes sense.
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
It's that kind of thing with Lalafell. Either they're the sweetest people ever, or they're just pure evil.
Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Yay. It's not like I have to travel through that whole area now. Oh well. I guess I will see you guys there. Right, we made it. Oh god. We made it. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us in on the way or something? It's a magic cave. I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured, they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Let's go! We're entering Matoya's cave.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
What the hell?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Oh snap, I didn't know that.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
Toya's patience is running out.
The are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the scions of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
We can say Thancred. Oh god. Thancred.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya.
Imagine now it just explodes.
Then let us begin.
Let's say Thancred.
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The Hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Alright, but I guess let's go look for Thancred. Alright, we're here in front of Tailfeather again. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Kral. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Nice. This is impressive. You drew him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into 2 pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Lura and Kral question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards we shall regroup near Vtuber and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Alright, let's question people in Tailfeather. Never mind, there's more. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Okay, now we go question people. Alright, so the other person I asked didn't know anything, Lupar. But Marsham, he said he didn't see anything, but I heard a tale the other day about a Huron vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Possibly, possibly. Alright, let me ask the last person. Alright, so our last candidate. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Oh. Alright, let's talk to Kral. Alright. Finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Let's beat the others. Right, we're just waiting. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for a hunting game, and not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. So you have heard the same tales, be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vav trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You're implying that Thancred sent a Vav to market in his stead. Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Is it now? Alfredo, that's not what you say. Well, I was pleased to see. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. Oh my god. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vav, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Kral. Quite right. Well... oh man, Alfin. He's not the smoothest talker, is he? A little slow, a little late. Uh-oh. What are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Vtuber. We must go and see the Vav right away. Come along, everyone, come along. Let's go. Alright, we're talking to the storyteller. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Ffxiv. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious, the hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey. No, he is not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend to the VF as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Surely, and you are quite certain it was this man. There is no doubt, the fleshling clothed in skins came to us from some owl, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Ffxiv. Not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Nirvana has returned. Vidofnir did say that the Nav had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nav claim him as a sacrifice. Well, guess we better hurry. Alright, so I'm really glad that we're level 63 now, because the this area here is like level 52-ish or something, so we're not gonna get chased by a horde anymore.
Who else could be? Thancred! It could be Thancred! We must hurry!
We can literally fly on dragons. Why aren't we flying up there? It is not Thancred. Last I checked.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
The Power Rangers. That's rude. Okay, that looks like Thancred. Damn. Okay, he's looking cool. Okay, I'm digging that style on Thancred.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light, for we are the warriors of darkness, walkers of a different path, and we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Thancred, are you all right?
Did he lose an eye? I don't recall that.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Hey, we found Thancred.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live streaming altogether.
Damn.
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides.
And of that little scroll or
Given
whatever.
that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
I mean, isn't it kind of good if we're not the only ones that hunt primals and, you know, Ascians? I don't know what the issue is here. Except that they attacked us, but, you know. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventurers. And I will not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how I found Lura. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land. Slaying primals without our knowledge would imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know. Namely, that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Aymeric invitation. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia's missing. I thought she escaped with Aurora. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Well, well. Alright. Let's talk to Vidofnir. I not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she have long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who had been summoned by the Nav, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take the credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another, revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. This Nav will have no choice but to withdraw. Oh, the Nav. Whoops. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardians' invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until the child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. You have entrusted the choice to us and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Aymeric's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey on to Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer and will convey your words to our allies without delay. Well, that sounds promising, no? It is happening, Usil. Would that you were here to see it. Aww.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Uh-oh.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Aymeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
No. That guy wasn't very subtle.
Who would fain wash the paving stones of Foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men, whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Okay, let's go back to Ishgard, I guess. Okay, let's talk to Efno. Right, let us not keep Sir Aymeric waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, quite well, forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians and our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Ida and Papalimo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray, do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will, so then, to the congregation. Let's go. Let's see what Lucia has to say. You have returned. In this at least the fates are kind. Greetings, Sirs Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Aymeric's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. But that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Is he otherwise engaged? Sleeping off a knife to the gut. What happened? Will he live? The chirurgeons tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmund and Lord Artorial not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flames. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for everyone we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. In this plane, these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let us be about it. Ah, that sucks. Alright, but I think we'll continue in the next part. which is gonna be tomorrow. So thank you so much for watching, and oh wait, the Thursday, Friday, yeah, I planned on on uploading other games from Friday till Sunday, so for the weekend, and Final Fantasy probably from Monday till Thursday. So yeah, that's yeah, probably will be Friday, so then it will be The Legend of Zelda. Sorry, I mixed it up. So yeah, that is the plan as of right now. If you have other ideas how I should do it, please let me know. But yeah, that is the plan as of right now. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you like what you see, and obviously subscribe if you would like to see more. I try to upload every single day. So yeah, thank you so much, and bye bye.